What's good, squad? Today, we're going to go over 5 watering mistakes that all beginners make. Because when you make these mistakes, your garden will suffer tremendously. So, rock with me and let's get into it.
Welcome to Lester's G2R. Yeah, Lester's G2R. From the seed to the harvest. Let's grow, let's grow.
Okay, squad. Mistake number 1 is watering too often. When you water too often, you're not giving your roots time enough to breathe. If you're planting in pots, you will want those pots to completely dry out before introducing new water. If you got in-ground gardens, then you would like for that soil to get good and dry before watering again. There are several ways to know if it's time to water again. And those ways include either a moisture meter or just simply using your finger, stick it down in the soil to see how much moisture you have in the soil. If it's still moist, then simply just don't water. Now, if it's dry, then of course you need to add some more water. Make sure your pots are good and draining if you're watering in pots. Mistake number 2, squad, is watering at the wrong time. Now, this can be a big issue because if you water at the wrong time, like during the hottest part of the day, what can happen is your plants are already stressing out due to the intensity of the sun. By you introducing water, now it's trying to uptake what it needs to survive, plus deal with the intensity of the sun. So in other words, what you're doing is stressing out your plants even more than what they are being stressed out by the sun. The simple fix to ensure that you're watering at the right time: water early in the morning before the hottest part of the day, and in the evening after the hottest part of the day. Those are the optimal times to water your plants to ensure that they're uptaking water as they need it. All right, squad. Mistake number 3 is when you are watering your foliage. So when you're watering your plants, you should not be watering the leaves. You should only be watering the soil. And that is because when you water your foliage, what can happen is you can introduce blight. There's not airflow to dry those leaves off. The water just sits on those leaves. And you don't want that. You want to ensure that you are watering only the soil. Now, do not have your water turned up so high to where when you're watering the soil, that soil flashing up on your leaves. That could also cause disease and bacteria to get on your foliage as well. All right, squad. Mistake number 4 is simply ignoring the weather. So, what I mean by ignoring the weather: when it rains, before watering, go out, check your plants. Ensure that the rain did not water your plants properly before just going out there and watering your plants, because today is watering day. If you do that, what's going to happen? You're going to overwater your plants. Those roots are going to have too much moisture in it. They're going to rot and die. Anytime that you have a nice good rain and the next day or the day of the rain is watering day, don't go out and water your plants. Just let your plants take up all those nutrients that the natural rain has to provide. All right, squad, we have all made it to mistake number 5 that all beginners make, and that is simple: not mulching. So what I mean by mulch is simply wood chips, hay, and other things like that. What mulching does is cover that soil, which when the sun hits your soil, bare soil, it dries that soil out and also kills that microbial life. So with simple mulch, you're covering that soil. Not only will your soil stay moist and wet longer, the sun will not have direct contact to your soil to kill off that microbial life. When you water your soil with wood chips, those wood chips act like a sponge and uptake that moisture. When your soil dries out, it will release that moisture into the soil. So that is a fun fact and a tip I picked up over the years of gardening. All right, squad, we have made it through another 5 mistakes that beginner make. I hope you all are loving this series. I know I enjoy making this series and just giving you all some fun tips I've incorporated into my gardening. I've now have a successful garden to where I'm getting tons of food and I'm able to enjoy what my hard work has produced. Also, if you have any questions about anything that we discussed in this video on today, leave it down in the comment or just pop in and say hey. So until we meet again, squad, deuces.
This is Lester's G2R. Subscribe, join the family, and let's grow together from seed to harvest.